Calm down. Calm down. You're amongst friends. All we're going to do today is take some samples of whatever's going on here. Okay? Don't be scared. My name is Dr. Andrew Michaels, and I am here to help you. Okay? All right. It's rainy, yeah. I can't risk getting any of this on my hands, so I have to use these chemically treated gloves. Don't worry, they don't make squeaky noises. Stay still. Stay still. It's gonna be all right. Just scanning all the spots where the blemishes are appearing. Now, would this make you feel better if we called them blemishes, acne? I know, there's this great fear that what's on your face is of some alien origin. But we don't want to scare you. So, don't be frightened. Okay. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And the good news is, in your preliminary body rhythms, your mental capacities, just getting closer now. Getting closer. Your fluids, your blood work, everything's coming back. Okay, your heart rate is fine. Your blood pressure is fine. Your breathing and your pulse are fine. Okay? Not too much? Okay. Not too much. All right. Your heart rate is very indicative of someone who's a little stressed out, but that would be normal in this situation. Hold still. Okay. Hold very still now. How do you feel? Good. I'm just going to use this. Are you all right? It's okay, calm down. Are you nervous? Come here. Give me your hand. Just put it right here. Okay. How do you feel? Okay. Yeah, you're just a little nervous. Okay, since this made contact with your skin here, we're going to have to give it a little wipe. Just hold on. Okay. How do you feel? Okay, good. Okay, and then I'm going to have to do my glove. Okay. I have a solution here. We're going to place the samples in when you're ready. Are you ready? Okay. All right. It's just a little cotton swab. Completely harmless. All right? Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Get in there. Just basically all we're going to do. A little tiny sample. And then we're going to put it in this little dish right here. Then we're going to pour a little of this fluid on it. And see if we get a reaction. And then while we're doing that, we're going to do a minor inspection just to see how that, if that affects anything. Because I know you tried to scrape and remove a couple spots and there was an adverse reaction, so I'm wondering if the sample taking might cause a reaction. Do you feel different? Okay. All right. Everything looks okay. I hope that's good news to you. Good. I'm glad you feel better. Well, whenever traumatic events take place in the world, there's always going to be ramifications. blowback, if you will. And what's going on right now with you is a good example. This unknown disease or virus or whatever it is. Take another sample because it looks like it didn't cause any problems. It's totally unknown to us before, but take a sample there. And then I want to get another one. Put that in the bowl. Then we want to get one over here with a new swab. Okay. And this is not unusual. I know it seems, weird, but put that in the bowl. Excuse me. Good. And we're going to give those a little treatment. Good. Very good. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Watch for a reaction. I thought we might get it going by putting it inside the solution. Good. Good. How do you feel? Now, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how long has this been going on? Okay. I'm gonna. Very good. I'm just waiting to see the results of the chemical reaction. I think from all the things you have told me today, sadly you are aware that this could be of extraterrestrial origin. And I don't want to or deceive you. Okay? It's all right. It could very well be of terrestrial origin. What is terrestrial? What is extraterrestrial? I want you to think about this for a moment. If something came from life outside the planet, landed here 300, 400 million, 500 million years ago, how could we differentiate it from what we see today on Earth? Yes. The RNA and the DNA would infiltrate life forms and appear terrestrial. So there is a very good chance that different viruses have evolved on this planet, but are of, in one way or another, extraterrestrial in origin. And we shouldn't fear these things. Modern science has always come through and pretty much been able to control outbreaks or diseases. And in cases like yourself that are rare cases, we have learned not to ignore these things because only, just that person and that person has the illness. We've learned to address these situations and put the resources into making sure that your comfort and your health are improved and that we cure you of this disease. And I think that's very important. Don't you? Okay. So I don't want you to think that we aren't aware that you need just as much care as an individual with a illness as people say with COVID, and millions of people have it. Now, of course, the resources allocated to the two will be vastly different, but research, testing, sample taking, photography, cataloging the illness, trying different medical techniques, different medical treatments need to be done to ensure that everything is being done not only for your comfort, and it is important. Let's talk about that for a minute. Your comfort is extremely important. The body has the ability to do a lot of healing on its own, but it can't do it if you're upset, if you're out of balance in your life, you're scared, you're frightened. Those are two different things. I'm scared of snakes, but I'm not frightened of them. I know snakes aren't here to hurt me, and I have learned to overcome that. In your case, you have this thing that is scary. That's true. But you mustn't be frightened because we have no indication other than the skin blemishes on your head, different areas of your face, that there's anything going to happen beyond that. It just could be slightly disfiguring, and we can work on that, and we can help heal that, and we can cure that. So there's no reason to be frightened. At this point, at least. The body can heal itself a lot more than we give it credit for if you stay calm and relaxed. Eat nutritious foods, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. And every time you urinate, for now at least while you're here, please urinate into a cup. I'll provide it for you. Here you go. And then you can do a self-test for us where you just stick this testing swab down in it and add this chemical right here. And you just add 2 drops, just like that. So you add 2 drops of this into your urine, and the stick is already inside. You always have to put the stick in first. It's kind of important. And then just lay the stick on this pad on the sink, and the nurse will come and observe and dispose of everything and take care of everything. But I think it's easier for you to do it because we want it as fresh a sample as possible. And if we have a nurse standing there waiting for you to urinate and then come in and do it, I think it will cause you more stress than if you just do it yourself. Do you feel comfortable with that? Very good. I'm glad to hear that. I told you earlier that I'm here to help you, but I'm also here to talk to you. My name is Dr. Andrew Michaels, and I have been working with the United States government and the Department of Navy for a very long time. I am one of a minority of people who've lived long enough to remember a time before the deer I remember the time before our dear recently departed Queen Elizabeth was the monarch of England. I've seen 18 presidents in my time. I know I don't look that old, but looks in this world are always deceiving. Aren't appearances deceiving? Your face, for instance, being blemished by this alien infection doesn't mean you're a monster or an evil person or infectious. It's just part and parcel of the human experience. There was a time people with leprosy would be shunned because of their physical appearance and the fear that you could catch the disease. Now we know with modern developments in science and medicine that that isn't the case. And we knew right away that your disease was not contagious. But we removed you from the public for now to prevent you from being harmed. In a post-9/11 and a post-COVID world that we're living in, I think being prudent about your safety in this case is very important. I would really rather err on the side of caution than to leave you on the street to fend for yourself. Now, if you'd prefer, I can get a detail of quite monstrous men, 6'5" apiece, to safeguard you and go about your daily business. But we have replicated your apartment flat right here. And you have all the amenities you need, and you can order food and even go to the cafeteria to eat. And there's quite an extensive menu and buffet there, as you can tell from looking at me. I have partaken of the buffet a few times. But it won't be for long. We're not going to impinge on your rights. We just want to keep and safeguard you now until we get a better understanding of what's going on with you. And I'm sure within, I don't want to promise, within a week or two, you should be all back to normal. Could be sooner. But we must be prepared if it's later. And I won't visit you every day. I have many duties to take care of, but I will try to do a teleconference with you every day if I cannot physically be here. You have my word on that. I won't let you down. I won't. I'm going to tell you a little story that might scare you, but it won't frighten you. Because it's a good story. And it's kind of hopeful. There was this crash landing in 1947 in Roswell. I know you've probably heard about it. I'm sure with what's going on with your face, you've been Googling every alien thing you can find. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something right off the bat. It really happened. But not quite the way everybody thinks it happened. There was a very nice species of alien life. They were humanoids like us. And they came to warn us about an impending invasion. They crashed coming to Earth, and one of the three that were on the ship was killed instantly. He was killed protecting the other two. But the crash was so severe that one of them was mortally wounded, and the other he was very injured. He could barely talk or communicate. But they did survive. Only to be subjected by cavemen, and I use the term quite liberally, on Earth, throwing them in irons, chains, securing the mortally wounded one to a bed, nearly killing him by moving him, and handcuffing the other, and then dragging them in a hot truck across the dusty desert to an Air Force field base. And that's when I got the call. At that time, yeah, I was there. I was there. And I looked a lot like I do now, minus the beard and a few gray hairs. It feels like just yesterday, but it was a while ago now. I came there under direct orders from then President Truman to take control of the situation before it got out of hand. We had had encounters and incidents with both the supernatural and aliens before. their expert to get there as quickly as possible and amend the situation. And I did. I got there, calmed everybody down, administered quick emergency medical protocols that I could, and brought in a team of medical doctors that just barely saved the life of the mortally wounded co-pilot of the ship. He would take forever to recover, and he really was just stabilized here. But luckily, our quick actions prevented him from dying, and that goodwill gesture had ramifications that went on for decades in the service of this planet and humanity. I managed to communicate with the with the conscious alien who was able to eventually communicate fully. And then using his technology combined with ours, we were able to contact his people to get more help for his wounded co-pilot. They saw the goodwill, but they felt the wrath of humanity as well. And it took a long time to get them to trust us fully. But luckily for you and I sitting here, they entrusted us with the information they came to give us, and that was to warn us about a impending alien invasion that without their help we would not have been able to fend off or stop. And the reason I'm telling you this story now is not to frighten you or scare you. But we are not alone or isolated on this island Earth. We are part of the cosmos around us. We're a part and parcel of it. We come from the stars, all of us, whether we want to admit it or not. And life has been here in this universe longer than we know. And it will be here when we're gone, long, long into the future. We don't have to know our place in it, but knowing the history helps a lot. And knowing that 70, 80 years ago, we had the intelligence and the forethought to handle situations like yourself. Think about all the progress that has been made in science since that time. Since that day, they were still sending telegrams back then. Did you ever get one? They're kind of cool. Yeah. You're going to be all right. You're going to be just fine. I'm not going to let you down, and I'm not going to let anything happen to you. I have friends in high places I can call if we can't figure this out. And I will turn to that help if I need it. Right now, several supercomputers all over the world are crunching the RNA, DNA makeup of this illness, for lack of a better term, these blemishes on your face. And we're going to get to an answer very soon. And if not a cure, a treatment. And definitely to make sure we slow down and control the symptoms. All right? I bet you're thinking, is he just telling me this to give me false hope or worry me or just make me feel better? I understand that. It's really weird. All the things I've told you are very strange. It's easy to get scared. But I think you're too smart to be frightened. Do you agree with that? Okay. I'll tell you what. Are you hungry? Thirsty? Yeah. I apologize for drinking in front of you. I'm sure you're nervous. Why don't you put your shirt back on? Yeah. And we'll finish here, and I'll take you down to get something to eat. I'll take you myself, and I'll eat with you. Would you like that? All right. And maybe I can introduce you to a few people that might be able to answer more questions for you. Would you like that too? Yeah. I know it's scary. And I know things have been difficult the last couple years. But I assure you, the future looks very bright. And I'm glad you're here right now. And I'm glad I'm here with you. All right. We'll go get ready and then we'll go get something to eat. Sound good? Great. What's that? Oh. Well, we won. We defeated the alien invasion. We fended them off. We lost a lot of people back then. It was at the height of the Cold War, and there was just so much going on. Now, if you'd like, I could tell you more stories about it. But I have a feeling what's going on right now, today, it's going to be a pretty cool story. And I can't wait to tell it with your help. Sound cool? All right. Virtual fist pump. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, we would like you not to touch people if possible until we get this sorted out. You're not the Elephant Man. But, no, come on, it doesn't look that bad. I knew the Elephant Man. He was a great guy. He's a very sweet, sweet soul. And he worked as a carnival worker after his illness took hold. I could tell you about him if you'd like. Yes, I really knew him. But that's another story. he learned to cope with a lot less than what's going on here. People did love him. He was also a very loving person, and he had kindness in his heart like you do. And I just want you to know that I recognize that in you. Okay? All right. So don't worry. You're going to be just fine. All right. Freshen up in the bathroom.